Hey, what's up? Here we are with another episode of the BWC. Today will be the Beast in the East is going to be the event, and this is an event that takes place in like the Eastern Hemisphere. We go out to like the Middle East, India, East Asia, stuff like that, and that will be in three shows, but here, starting off, we have Frank Flores doing a spirited promo because he did just defeat Evil Sanders in the main event of Firestorm.
Well, guys, I did it. I beat Evil Sanders fair and square. In fact, I beat every challenger that has come my way. I beat my brother at trial by combat. Which begs the question, who's next?
Oh, come on, Frank. You know who's next. We have some unfinished business. And I think Beast in the East is the perfect place to have the most anticipated rematch in history. Frank the Great Flores versus...
Versus who? Landon Morgan? Gimme a break. I just beat Alpha one-on-one. I'm the clear number one contender. My whole career, I've been number two. Never able to beat Frank. That will all change. I'm gonna prove to the world I'm number one when I become BWC World Champion.
Alright, how about this? I do need a next challenger, so how about we figure out who that is tonight? With Landon Morgan versus Marco Lazzara.
And starting us off for our first match, we have Mark Sharp versus Shane Montana, and let's just give this to Mark Sharp real quick. And then we have a promo battle with Nick Steele and Jason the Barbarian Flores, because Jason Flores did stop Nick Steele from beating Patrick Peterson in that match at Firestorm. And for our next match, we have Kyle Grayson versus Evil Sanders. Kyle Grayson is from the Rage faction with Alvador Rage. Evil Sanders is going to win that, but that is going to cause a fight to break out between Alvador Rage and Evil Sanders. And here we have one half the tag team champions, White Wolf versus Apollo Lazzara. White Wolf is going to win that match, and they are going to brawl after the match, black and white and Italian style from Marco Lazzara's faction. And here we are at our main event. Finally, we have Marco Lazzara versus Landon Morgan, and the winner will go to face Frank the Great Flores at Beast in the East, and the winner will be Marco Lazzara will win this match. Alright, starting off this week, we have Cole Howard and Razorblade. Razorblade wants yet another shot at that international championship, but Lee War, with the help of Landon Morgan, is coming out and challenging for that international championship as well. Lee War now part of Landon Morgan's faction. And that leads us into our first match for the night. That is Lee War versus Razor Blade. And Lee War will win that one, pretty much putting him in line for the International Championship Challenge. Then we have a promo battle here, Frank Flores and Marco Lazzara for their upcoming match for the World Championship at Beast in the East. Now we have a match here, Cody Duvall versus Clay Forge. Now you might remember Clay Forge from the Grand Invitational. We got him. He's in our company now. But Cody Duvall wins. We have a backstage confrontation here, Jason Flores and Patrick Peterson. Jason Flores thinks he deserves a shot at Patrick's United States Championship since he helped him win it. We have Jay Prince versus Ricky Blackbear. Ricky Blackbear is going to win this match. Now I have another backstage confrontation here, White Wolf and Razorblade. I think White Wolf is pretty frustrated with Razorblade because he is seen as the prodigy of the group, but he just keeps losing opportunities. White Wolf believes he is better than Razorblade, so some infighting within the Wolf Pack right there. And our main event right here, we have Alvador Rage versus Evil Sanders in the main event. Probably a pretty good match, but Evil Sanders will win that, continuing to win. Alright, here we are starting off week 3. We are starting with a European Championship match. Sometimes we will have these on weekly shows, and today we have Felix Frost, the European Champion, versus Mark Sharp. He's giving an opportunity. Felix Frost is going to win this match thanks to some interference from Evil Sanders is going to interrupt the match, and then he is going to attack Felix Frost afterwards. after Felix gets the distraction victory. And here we have Jason Flores backstage tells Patrick that if he wins his match tonight, he deserves a United States Championship match at Beast in the East, and Patrick agrees, so that will be the main event. Here we have Axel Weiss versus Shane Montana. These guys have fought a few times, and I've randomized it. I think every time I'm going to randomize it again. Axel Weiss wins this time. And here we have a big promo battle, and basically the terms here are that they will have a triple threat title match for the International Championship, and this is Razorblade's last time that he is able to challenge Cole for the championship. So as long as Cole is champion, Razorblade cannot challenge for this championship, and Lee War will also be in this match. And here we have a tag team match, Italian style, Santino and Apollo Lazzara versus Jinzo and Nazaria. Jinzo and Nazaria will win thanks to yet again another distraction victory from Black and White, and then Black and White is going to attack Italian style after the match. And here we have the main event, Nick Steele versus Jason the Barbarian Flores, and he will win this match, putting him number one in line to his teammate Patrick Peterson's title at Beast in the East, which is what we are going to right now. Alright, and welcome to Beast in the East. This is a premium live event that takes place outside of the Americas this year. It is in Mumbai, India, so we have a stat card here for you today, and we're just going to get right into it. Alright, for our first match, we have a triple threat for the International Championship. Cole the Hammer Howard, the champion, the International Champion, versus Lee War and Razorblade in a triple threat. And this match is going to go to Lee War. He is going to win and become the new international champion. We are pulling the trigger on Lee War. Cole just is, he's a main eventer at this point, and this title is for building lower card stars, and that is what Lee War is going to get. He is going to get the international championship. Great win right there. Alright, next match is for the tag team championships, Black and White versus Jinzo and Nazaria, who just won the contendership match, but Black and White are going to win this match. Alright, next match for the European Championship, we have Evil Sanders versus Felix Frost, and Evil Sanders is going to win and be the new European champion. 2 title changes this show so far. Alright, now we have a fatal 4-way right here. This is not for any belt, this is just to see. Let's randomize it, screw it, why not? Landon Morgan wins. This is just, oh no. I think Landon Morgan got injured. We will discuss that later. Okay, moving on from that, for the United States Championship, we have Patrick Peterson versus Jason the Barbarian Flores, and Patrick Peterson is going to win this match. Alright, now for the main event, we have a World Championship match. 2 lifelong rivals, Frank the Great Flores versus Marco Lazzara. They're both faces at this point. Marco's sort of an in-betweener type. But the story here is Marco has never, ever been able to beat Frank Flores one-on-one, and he is trying to for the World Championship, and they're going to fight one more time. But he will not be able to yet again. Frank Flores will win this match. But what's happening? What's going on? Alpha! Alpha's coming out! He's cashing in! He is cashing in on Frank Flores! And he beats him! Alpha! Spear 1, 2, 3 for the World Championship. Your new World Champion. Someone finally defeated Frank the Great Flores, and that is your Warrior Right Holder out of nowhere, Alpha, who lost to Marco Lazzara last month, but he gets the ultimate win. In the long run, he has cashed in and became the brand new world champion. What a shocking ending and what a surprise on a smaller show, but we have a new world champion, Alpha. Alright, and here's the Wrestling Spectator. Read through this right here. What a crazy show. I'll have to see Landon Morgan's injury in a second. Alright, I will now show the stat cards for everyone. As you can see, Frank Flores does not have the belt anymore. It is Alpha. And Landon Morgan is injured, but it seems like a pretty minor injury, so he should be back in a month or 2 months. But he will most likely not be competing at the next competition, at the next event, so we will just have to see about that. All right, and that is all. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next episode. New champion. Let's go.